In this video, we are going to show you how to do end of fourth quarter grading in Infinite Campus. Let's start with quarter grade reporting for EOL and NYL. Please scroll down to Post Grades. When completing this for each of the sections, be sure the term is quarter 4 up at the top. Under the Posted section under Grade, you will be able to select Evidence of Learning or Not Yet Learned to award the students for their work. You will also be required to fill out an effort grade for each student. 1 being excellent, 2 satisfactory, 3 inconsistent, 4 needs improvement, or 5 unsatisfactory. You do not need to fill out a conduct grade for the fourth quarter. If you would like a preview of the evidence that your student has provided from your Infinite Campus gradebook, there is a section which will be either shown with a red bar or sometimes it could be blank. However, you can still click on it, which will give you a list of the work that that student has done for the quarter. Here you can scroll through and see the list of all the assignments and the score that the student received on each one of them. I think this is a great way to help you collectively look at your students' work before assigning them a grade. Be sure to click the Save icon in the upper left corner before you exit or select a new class to grade. Next, let's move to quarter grading for courses with numerical grades. For teachers that have to give a numerical grade for the quarter, for example, college courses, you will make sure you're in the gradebook, quarter 4, and you will make sure you're under the grading task quarter grade. You will double check that the in progress percent grade is correct, and you will post the grade. From here, you will hit save. You will be able to see the posted grade underneath post grades here. Things to keep in mind. That once you hit post grades and hit save, if you do it again, it will overwrite whatever is in here. So be very careful of that. If you have a grade greater than 100, it'll automatically convert to 100, but there's no need to change that on this percent screen. You also have to make sure that if there are students in your class that aren't getting a numerical grade, but actually an EOL or NYL, that you manually change that here and erase the percentage grade. You are still responsible for effort grades from the 1 through 5 scale as well. Make sure that you hit save in the upper left-hand corner. As for special symbols, do not assign the grade of incomplete for fourth quarter. Next, let's talk about calculating final grades for full year courses. To calculate final grades for full year courses, I would like you to be in the gradebook under Final Grade Task. Once you are here, you will see the calculated post grade in percent and overall grade. And if you scroll to the right, you will be able to see the numerical grades for quarter 1, 2, and 3, and the EOL or NYL designation for quarter 4. In order to change grades for students who are under a 65, the first thing you have to do is hit post grade and save. I'm not going to be able to physically show this to you because I am in a live gradebook currently. Once you've saved them, you can scroll down to post grades. Here's where you can change ones that you need to. Once you've posted your grades, they will be populated under percent and grade here. And now you just have to look closely at the students that are below 65. So for this student, for example, their quarters 1 through 3 average is a 50. If I believe if the student earned an evidence of learning for quarter 4, and I feel like they've demonstrated what they need to meet the standards for the course, I am going to manually override the 50 that will apply here and type a 65 in the percent and a 65 in the grade. It needs to be done in both locations. I also have to record the name of the student that I changed because there will be one more step involved. If there's another student who has below a 65, for this one example, they've earned an evidence of learning in quarter 4, but I do not feel like they've demonstrated the standards for the course. I am not going to override the grade that is currently there. I'm going to keep it as is and make sure I follow the district's policies for minimum grades in a quarter. So I guess the same would go for that. And if they have a below 65 and have not showed evidence of learning in the 4th quarter, I also am not going to override that grade. So back up to the student where I manually changed their grade to a 65. I first have to make sure I hit save in the upper left-hand corner. And then I also have to go back to their quarter grade and make sure that I put a canned comment in. It should be under manage. It will be 006 and the comment will read, student has demonstrated increased level of learning this quarter. I'll hit save also in the upper left-hand corner to make sure that it is saved. Now let's talk about calculating final grades for semester courses. For final grades for semester courses, you will actually be under the post grades in your instruction module, and you will make sure that you're in the term quarter 4 and the final grade task. From here, you will make the grade designation of evidence of learning or not yet learned from the drop-down menu for each student and make sure that you have save in the upper left-hand corner. Now let's talk about final exam grades for courses ending in a final exam or project. If you are entering a final exam grade or a final project that counts as a final exam, you should go to the Post Grades tab. Make sure that you are in quarter form and make sure that the task is final exam in the drop-down. From here, you will have to enter the final exam grade for each student in both the percent and the grade column. A student who drops a course in any marking period will be assigned the grade WP or WF dropped by the student's school counselor. Class absences will be posted on report cards from Infinite Campus. Please look in your closing of school checklist to find student failure reports. Please refer to the closing of school checklist regarding due dates of these forms. In closing, we would like you to just do one final check. Make sure you click post grades and make sure your quarter grades and your final grades are posted. Please contact John Bullington, Vanessa Kramer, or an associate principal if you have any questions about entering grades. Thank you for watching this video.